Hey guys, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator flight training. We're going to do our first navigation session. It looks like we're going from Sedona to Flagstaff Pulliam Airport. So, best way is to go A to B if you know how to navigate. Basic VFR navigation. Maintain a heading and calculate flight time to follow a planned route. Track aircraft location and flight progress visually via identifiable landmarks. So, let's hop into the airplane. Fun fact, my first cross-country was flying from my home airport in Brampton to London in Ontario. And I actually flew the route several times in Flight Sim. This is almost 20 years ago. And when I did it with my instructor, he was amazed that I was very comfortable with approaching the airport at the angle we were, and until I told him I'd actually flown it a bunch of times at home on my computer before heading there. So I was familiar with how it would look and what was going on. So it looks like it's 6 p.m. Light winds. Once again, we're here in Sedona. So let's see what we're doing.
I've always said, flying is freeing. Open skies, endless possibilities. But to fully enjoy it, you need to be prepared. We're going to focus this lesson on navigation prep and procedures, the fundamentals of getting from point A to point B.
Okay.
Step 1, putting some distance between us and the ground.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why you were briefing me sitting out here on the airport. Let's take that off. We'll do it without flaps today. So let's get her going. Carb heat. Just gonna suck up power out, and we don't need that when we're at altitude here. Knots. Little chirp, and we're up.
We're off. Now, keep climbing around the airport till we reach 5,800 feet.
Okay. Come down on the upwind side of the airport. So we get some altitude. This is 5,600. Ooh, a bit of glare there from the sun.
It goes without saying, but good navigation starts with good departure prep. Let's set up the aircraft for the first leg of your trip.
All right.
Attitude? Check. Now for your heading. When you need to set and maintain a heading, you'll want to rely on your heading indicator. Compasses are prone to errors, especially during turns or while accelerating or decelerating. Go ahead and position your plane above the airport. Last bit of departure prep. We need to validate the time. That's a fancy way of saying start the clock.
Starting the clock.
On the nav log, you can see our next waypoint, Munns Park, is at a 41-degree heading about 5 minutes away. Navigating is basically flying a given heading for a given amount of time. Sometimes you deviate, but if you track the time flown from your last known position, you'll always have at least a range for your current position.
Okay.
We all know speed can increase or decrease depending on the wind. That's why at your next waypoint you'll want to compare your estimated time en route with the actual time flown. Validate your estimate and your progress.
So this is saying we should be almost 5 minutes. Very true what she was saying about the compasses. They slosh around because they're floating suspended in a liquid. So when you turn or change anything, left, right, up, down, increase, decrease, they tend to rock and you get inaccurate readings. The issue with the directional gyros is that they tend to drift because they're on gyroscopes. So you're constantly comparing your compass to your gyro in straight and level flight and adjusting to make sure that you are that your directional gyro is reading the same as your compass. So we're not bad right now. They're about the same. You can see that's our compass is up here. And it's basically a magnetized ball that faces north, and it has the directions on it. And then down here is your directional gyro, which is a gyroscopically controlled, but it can drift. So you're always checking and touching base and double checking. You'd also be flying with a VFR charts, so you'd be looking down, comparing where you are, the roads, everything like that, making sure that everything was where it was supposed to be and where you should be. Still got a little bit of a climb going, so I'll adjust the trim slightly to make sure our vertical speed, which you see here, kind of keeps us a little bit more level. So obviously we had to make a turn there when we were over the airport after I'd started the stopwatch, so that's going to eat up a little bit of our time. And we weren't actually heading in the right direction. We're getting some shadows on the wings, some reflections. Like cloud reflections. I'm not sure why we'd be getting that on the bottom wings, but whatever. Let's climb a little bit. We're getting a little low. A little bit of a crest here. Munns Park is a golf club, so we should be able to pick out the golf course. As we get there. So we're flying on the top of a ridge. It's just going to drop off in a minute. is 257 or 457. So we've obviously slowed down a little bit in the climb as well. Just didn't want to be running into any of that stuff there. Just gonna turn off track IR for a second. Make sure it's that's what I thought. It's come undone. There we go. Let's reset. So we should be almost there. We'll go a little to the side so we can see. Should be able to pick it up as we get there. In fact,
Good. You made it to Munns Park.
there we go.
According to the nav log, we've got one more stop. Flagstaff Pulliam Airport. An easier way to navigate is to follow identifiable landmarks like highways. And just so happens we have one below us.
Okay. So 345, which will be this way. There's the golf course. Follow the highway. And I'll do a reset on the clock. Highway is going to go around and head in towards the airport. That's why she wants us to follow it. Yeah, there she is there. The funky traffic down there as we head towards the airport. It is a warm one in here today, especially with all the computers running. Pop outside for a second, see what we're doing. Beautiful sunset starting to happen. across here. So obviously you can't fly right over the road in order to follow it because you won't be able to see it. So you kind of hang off to the side so you can look out, get a view down, see the highway. Not bad. We're only 5.5 miles away. And it looks like this highway is going to go right by the airport. The ground sure got higher up here very quickly. Not sure why I'm on a bit of an angle there. There we go. This one, time-wise anyway. Just watching the road. So we're going to cross over it. Oh, there it is. Right and close. Okay, we're going to keep following the highway, I guess.
Close in on Flagstaff Pulliam airspace. Next step is setting up to enter the traffic pattern.
Okay.
We've got clearance to enter the downwind leg and land on runway 21. Keep your attitude, then follow the standard pattern.
She is? I think we're a little low for the airfield, but it's fine.
Nose to a cruise attitude and reduce your power.
Bit of a displaced threshold there. There we go. Wants us to extend out for the base. That's fine. We can do that. Try to keep 65 knots. Got me extending out here.
Power should be at idle now, so you're losing altitude while maintaining cruise attitude.
Keep 65 knots. A nice curving downwind to final.
Finally, a landing on runway 21, and we'll call this one done.
I'm good for that. We're a little low. It's fine, a little bit more power. Power equals pitch, so more power. The airplane wants to pull up to maintain that 65 knots, so it'll flatten out the descent. We're going between 200 and 300 feet per minute here. Let's bring it over a little bit to the center line. Again, displaced threshold, so we've got to land at the green line or beyond the green line. Probably displaced because of the trees we just flew over. Back into the flare, power to idle, bring her down, let her settle, and we're down. We'll take her off the runway. Go.
All right, successful VFR flight in the books. Not bad. Not bad at all.
There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we're going to do one more, which is the solo cross country. And we'll see how we do with that next time. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. And we'll see you then. Bye for now.